HARLEM, which is wine. Yashala, which means to Israel. Shapar, which is horn. I imagine in the room saw Punyakadum, which means stand, turn, and face the east. I said the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamai, Parashaya, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Tabaat, Ratazak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazak, Kawa, Hayah, Shemaya, Thunano, Wacham, Kaliwam, Waslachno, Kawathno, Kaslachno, Kawathno, Walaa, Tabiano, when I said one, a ball, I was shining, my young, Ra, Kaya, Baka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wathapara, Lawalumna, Amun. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Babu Shah, the thunder now, Hakah, Hakah, Larpa, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakah, Latahar, Mrs. Hakah, Lahakum, Hamathim, Hakah, our Kawat, Atamala, Lagarashan, Bashim Yahushua, Shawada Amun. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, and cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ayanya, Allah Har, Mayan, Yabah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemaya, Waratazah, Alithun, Mamawat, Regalka, Ayanawum, Shmark, Hana, La'ah, Yanawum, Wala'ah, Yashun, Shamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shmark, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yamyunka, Yawamum, Hashmash, La'ah Yakaka, Wairach, Walayla, Yahweh, Yashmark, Kalrad, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Zathka, Babuaka, Ma'aitha, Wa'ada Walam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. Sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damyalak, Al-Kharash, Wa'al-Tashquat, Allah, Kayahana, Oyabika, Yahamuan, Washanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Alimaka, Yariyomwa, Suwad, Waithayatazwa, Al-Zabawanyaka, Marwa, Lakawa, Wanakakim, Magoya, Wala'ah, Izakar, Shum Yasha'ala, Iwad, Kaya, Wazwa, Labyakadwa, Alika, Barath, Yakurathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Weshamalia, Wa'aba, Wahagaria, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashat, Aim Yashabia, Tazawar, Gama Shawar, Wa, Imam, Aywa, Zarwa, Abayalawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadian, Kasayasara, Kayabian, Barkhal, Bayashwan, Shmadwa, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, La Dama, Shetumwa, Nadayamua, Ira, Kazaba, Wakazaba, Wakazalmanai, Colin Sakumu, Ashar, Amaru, Mayor Shah, Lanawa, Af, Nawath, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shetumwa, Kagala, Kakwash, Kapayarka, Kaash, Varia Ira, Wakalahaba, Delahat, Harim, Contra Asirika, Osopatka, Dabahalam, Mala'ah, Punyaham, Palawan, Webakwashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Webahawa, Idi I, Wekaparwa, Weyabadwa, Weyadaiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahawa, Labadka, Aliwan, I'll call Harataza. In the English, keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make their nobles like a red, and like Zaed, yea, all their princes as Zabah, and El Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, make them afraid with thy storm, fill their faces with shame, they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Prayer for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazavya Alawap Yahan, Ha Alawapi, Ha Strunyim, Ha Kwazayanyim, Ha Khayali, Wa Hakwasi, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, the Wad Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Mike, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us. Thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations, their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us. Bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. Psalm face the front. And Shabbat, which means be seated. And we right back here, rocking it out. The Sabbath service, picking up where we left off last week. Made it to the book of Numbers. For those of y'all that don't rock with us every week, we go consecutively through the scriptures in the Sabbath service. 7 sets of 7 verses, 49 verses every week in the Hebrew, alternating between the Hebrew and the English. And of course, we send up the prayers, and we send up those prayers and pray for the flying saucers to come down and destroy America. Now, is that crazy? I know that anybody out there knows that the American military has insane aerial vehicles that you have never even seen of or conceived in your mind. Why do you think the Most High does not have advanced aerial vehicles? Why is it crazy to you that the Lord would send out his angels in some high-tech rides? Like, what? That seems obvious. You think the angels are just going to be flying around? Y'all, it's because y'all only conception of God and heaven and the angels is a Michelangelo painting. You got to cleanse your mind of that nonsense. The angels are not little fat babies floating around on clouds. When Christ returns, it's going to be for destruction of this society, this hellish, demonic society that we live in. And how's that going to happen? What do you think he's going to Thanos snap? No, it's going to be real life destruction with real life weapons and real life vehicles. So we're going to get into the book of Numbers in the Hebrew. From 1 and verse 7. La Yehudah, Nechashwan, Bun Yonadab, verse 8. La Yashakar, Nathanala, Bun Zoar, verse 9. La Zabalawan, Aliyaab, Bun Chalan, verse 10. La Bun Yawasap, La Parium, Ali Shemai, Bun Imia Hawad, La Menashah, Gamli Allah, Bun Parahazatawar, verse 11. La Ben Yumyun, Abiadan, Bun Gadanya, verse 12. Ladan, Achiaizar, Bun Amyashadya, verse 13. La Ashar, Pagadiala, Bun Ikaran, and back to the English from 1 and verse 7. Of Judah, Nashan, and these are to recap where we left off last week. Moses was commanded to take the sum of the congregation by the house of their fathers, which is one of the scriptures that tells you who you are. You are identified by the house of your father in Israelite culture. No matter what any other culture tells you, no matter what the Ishmael tells you, you're identified by the house of your father. When you went up and you stood up to account for who you were in ancient Israel, nobody ever asked what tribe your mother was from. Nowhere. Nowhere in here. Find it. What they asked was who your father was. They knew who Christ was. based on who his father was. That's just our culture. We have a patriarchal, patrilineal culture. And any of you soft Negroes out there trying to say that we got a feminized, matriarchal, matrilineal culture, that comes from the white men, and that comes from nasty, stinking Hamites. Because they might have that culture. I don't know. I don't familiarize myself with Hamite culture. I see them cover themselves in dust and stick their face in a cow's behind. That's all I need to know. I don't need to go any farther than that. I see the Egyptians put up a painting where they contort, their God contorts himself and puts his rod in his own mouth. I don't need to go any farther. I don't need to know any more about that culture. I don't need to study that culture. So I don't know about Hamite culture. Maybe they're matrilineal. We're not. We're patrilineal. That's in the book of Numbers. That's all throughout the Bible. So that's how you know who you are. And Moses was commanded to go out and account of everybody from 20 up that were ready to be sent to war. And he was numbering down through the tribes. And he says, with you there shall be a man of every tribe to do the numbering. Shalom, shalom, Christ. I'm doing the Sabbath service. Officer Shaw, count. Shalom, Christ. Officer Yatazar wanted you to call him. And so now these are the men that are going to stand with him to head up the tribes. So now that's where we're picking up from verse 7. We already went over Reuben, who had Elijah, the son of Shador, Simeon, who had Shalumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. Now verse 7, of Judah, Nahshon, son of Amminadab, of Issachar, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar, of Zebulun, Eliab, the son of Helon, of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Amminihud, of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. And this, by the way, of Benjamin, Abidan, the son of Gideoni, of Dan, Aiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. And this is an interesting, right here, you see, even of the children of Joseph, they were already breaking them into two tribes. They had an Ephraimite heading and a Manassite. No other tribe did they do that with. So it's not some type of shock or amazement when by the time we get to Revelations and you see that Ephraim is a tribe and Manasseh is a tribe. It goes all the way back to the book of Numbers when they barely were just a few generations in. So now we're going to go back to the Hebrew from verse 14. Lagad al Yasap ban Daiwala, verse 15. Patalia Achirai ban Ayanan, verse 16. Ayla Koraya Ha'ida Nashaya Mawat Salakim Matuwath Awuthan Raasha Alapya Yasha'ala Hum, verse 17. Wayakwach Masha Waharan Ath Hanashim Ha'Allah Shar Nakwabwa Bashamwath, verse 18. Wa'ath Kal Ha'ida Hakwayalwa Ba'achad Lakadash Hashanya Wayath Yaladwa Al Mashvachathim Labayath Abtham Sapar Shamwath Maban Asharyum Shana Umaila Galatham, verse 19. Kashar Zawa Yahawath Masha Wayapquadum Madabar Sayanya Wayahayawa Banya Ra'alban Bakar Yasha'ala Dawaladatham Lamashabakatham Labayath Abatham Lamasapar Shamwath Lagalagalatham Kalzakar Maban Nisharyam Shana
Ma'ila Kal Yatazah Tazabah. And back to the English from verse 14. Of Gad, Eliasaph the son of Duel, of Naphtali, Ahira the son of Enan. These were the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. So we always had this culture of rank. You know, the scripture even breaks down where it started when Moses was trying to do too much and he was told to delegate that out. We always had this culture of rank. So now we have the tribes, and each tribe has its leader, has its prince, has its renowned men of the congregation. Verse 17, and Moses and Aaron took these men, which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. So again, they took a head count. Everybody declared their pedigrees by the house of their fathers. That can't be more clear. Right now, somebody could try and come in and say, well, you could be an Israelite by just your mother. How? If you declared your pedigree by the house of your father, what? You're going to come up to the front of the line and everybody said the house of their father, and you're going to say the house, and you're just going to start saying women's names. I'm the son of this woman. I'm the son of that woman. They're going to look at you like you got two heads. They're going to say that, you know what? Y'all just say things, man. Y'all just say things with no scriptural evidence. Or you follow the Ishmael, who really says that anybody can just, study Hebrew, learn a few things, and so-called convert. That's not in the Bible anywhere. Because how are you going to answer this question when you get to the front of the line? How are you going to answer this question right here? How are you going to declare yourself after the house of your father? Verse 19, as the Lord commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. So now we're going to go back 21, verse 21 in Hebrew. Pakwadim, Lamata, Ra'alban, Shashal, Warabayim, Alap, Wachmash, Mawath, verse 22, Laban Yishmaiwan, Dawaladathum, Lamash Vachathum, Labayath, Abathum, Pakwadua, Bansapar, Shamawath, Lagalagath, Salaki Lagagathum, Kazakar, Mabun, Ashardim Shana, Wama'ila, Kal Yatazah, Tazabah, verse 23, Pakwadim, Lamatach, Salaki Lamatah, Shmaiwan, Dashai, Wakamashim, Alap, Washalash, Moath, verse 24, Laban Yagad, Dawadathum, Lamashbachathum, Labayath, Abathum, Bamasapar, Shamwath, Maban Aisharium, Shana, Wama'ila, Kal Yatazah, Hazabah, verse 25, Pakwadyahum, Lamata, Gad, Hamashach, Salak Hamashah, Warabayim, Alap, Washashah, Ma'wath, Wachamashim, verse 26, Laban Yahawadah, Dawadathum, Lamashabachathum, Labayath, Abathum, Bamasapar, Shemwath, Maban Aisharium, Shana, Wama'ila, Kal Yatazah, Tazabah, verse 27, Aquadium, Lamata, Yahawadah, Arabaya, Washabayim, Alap, Washashah, Mawath, verse 28, Laman Yashakar, Daladathum, Bamashvachathum, Labayath, Abthum, Bamasapar, Shemath, Mabun, Aisharyum, Shana, Bamaila, Kalyataza, Tazabah. Oops. And we're going to go back to the English, verse 21. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the children of Gad, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Gad, were 45,650. Of the children of Judah, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and up, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600, so 74,600. Of the children of Issachar, by their generations. Oh, back to the Hebrew. Numbers 1 and 28. Laban Yashakar, Dawaladathim, Lamashvachathim, Labayath, Abthum, Bansapar, Shemath, Mabanai Sharyam, Shana, Wama'ila, Kalyatazah, Tazabah. Verse 29, Paquadim, Lamata, Yashakar, Arbaya, Wachamashim, Alap, Barabai, Mawath. 30, Labanya Zabalawan, Dawadathim, Lamashbachathim, Labayath, Abathim, Bansapar, Shemath, Mabanai Sharyam, Shana, Wama'ila, Kal Yatazah, Hazabah. 31, Paquadim, Lamata, Zabalawan, Shbaya, Wachmashim, Alap, Warabaya, Mawath. Verse 32, Labanya Wasap, Labanya Parium, Dawadathim, Lamashbachathim, Labayath, Abthim, Bamaspar, Shemath, Mabanai Sharyam, Shana, Ma'ila, Kal Yatazah, Zabah. Verse 33, Paquadium, Lamata, Parium, Arabayim, Alap, Bachmash, Mawath. 34, Labanya Manashah, Dawadathim, Lamashbachathim, Labayath, Abthim, Bamaspar, Shemawath, Maban, Aisharyam, Shana, Ma'ila, Kal Yatazah, Tazabah. We're going to go back to the English. Verse 28, of the children of Issachar, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Which, by the way, this is a reminder that, okay, so there were times we numbered our people and there were times when we didn't. The Lord gave that command at that time to send a message that it's not about numbers, that your strength is not in your numbers, your strength is in the Most High. And that's key. At this time back then, we was coming out of Egypt. The Most High gave Moses the command to line everybody up and number every man from 20 on up that was qualified for war. Verse 29, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely of the children of Ephraim, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the children of Manasseh, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Now we're going to go down through every tribe. You're going to hear by the house of their fathers, by the house of their fathers, by the house of their fathers. And I'm just waiting for one of you followers of the white man to show me where somebody stood up and counted themselves as an Israelite by their mother. Just one place. Show me somebody that got to the front of the line and everybody else was saying the house of their fathers, and they got to the front of the line and started saying women's names. They was going to get pulled off to the side, and because what the hell are you talking about? Bayan.
Book of Numbers, chapter 99, verse 9.
You can't find it.
Right.
You can't find the page because it don't exist. That's not our culture. You want to follow some Hamite culture, go follow some Hamite culture. Don't try and say that our culture is matrilineal. It's not. There is no feminine leadership in our culture. We breed real men. Our culture is masculine and it's led by men, and it's that simple. Please.
They're going to follow our culture anyway.
Whether you like it or not. Right. They trying to be like us, and you trying to be like them. They doing everything they can to sing like us, dance like us, dress like us, and you want to worship their homosexual God. And where was I? Going back to the Hebrew. Verse 35. Quadim, Lamatab, Manashah, Shunium, Washalashim, Malak, Umaathim. 36. Labanya Banyamyan, Dawadathum, Lamashibkathum, Labayath, Abathum, Bamaspar, Shemath, Mabun, Aisharium, Shana, Uma'ila, Kaliyatazah, Tazabah. Verse 37. Pequadium, Lamata, Banyamyan, Chamashah, Ashlashim, Malak, Barabai, Mawath. Verse 38. Labanyadan, Dawadathum, Lamashpachathum, Labayath, Abathum, Bamasapar, Shemath, Mabun, Aisharium, Shana, Uma'ila, Kaliyatazah, Sabah. Verse 39. Pequadium, Lamatagdan, Shunyam, Washashayim, Alap, Washabai, Mawath. Verse 40. Labanya Ashar, Dawadathum, Lamashibchathum, Laban, Labayath, Abathum, Bamasapar, Shemath, Mabun, Aisharium, Shana, Uma'ila, Kaliyatazah, Zabah. Verse 41. Pequadium, Lamata Ashar, Achad, Warabayim, Alap, Wachmash, Ma'awath. Back to the English, 35. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200. Of the children of Benjamin, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the children of Asher, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. Of the children of Naphtali, throughout their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. And now, by the way, this is imagine reading this as a kid. This is kind of kind of tedious. But this is a reminder. These are documents. These are historical records. These are like, why would somebody go through all this tedious rewriting of the same phrases over and over? These are historical records. Somebody wrote this down with a responsibility of documenting what was in front of them. Verse 42 in the Hebrew. Banya Naphtaliya, Daladam, Daladathum, Lamashkathum, Labayath, Abthum, Bonasapar, Shemath, Mabunasharyam, Shana, Ma'ila, Kalyataza, Pazabah, 43. Pequajim, Lamata, Naphthalia, Shalasha, Wachamashim, Malak, Warbai, Mawath, 44. Allah, Bequajim, Ashar Bequad, Mashah, Waharan, Wanashaya, Yasha'ala, Shanyam, Ashar, Ayash, Achad, Labayath, Abathua, Hayawa, 45. Wayahayawa called Quadya, Banyasha'ala, Labayath, Abathum, Wabanashayam, Shana, Ma'ila, Kal, Yatzah, Zabah, Bayasha'ala, 46. Wayahayawa call Habquadim, Shasha, Mawath, Alap, Washalashath, Alapyum, Wachamash, Mawath, Kamashim, 47. Wahaloyum, Lamata, Abathum, La'ah, Hathakopadwa, Bathawakamp. Verse 48. Wayadabar, Yahweh al-Mashah, La'amar. And we're going to go back to the English from 42. Of the children of Naphtali, throughout their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Naphtali, were 50 and 3,400. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each one was for the house of his fathers. Which, by the way, another thing you can take from this is that, can you bring that back? Is that we still, even in this case, don't do things to the T. That's not our culture. You don't see 423. You see 53,400. Obviously, it was not exactly on the 400 to count. Every time it's exactly on the 100. But we are not that precise. There was no need for it. What is it going to add to our knowledge of this history if he would have said 53,415? What's it going to add to that? Nothing. So this is what we got. Verse 44. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each one was for the house of his fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their fathers, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel. Even all they that were numbered were 600,000 and 3,550. Do y'all know how many people that is? This is just the men over 20 that are fit for war. This is how big the nation that we had in the wilderness is. And the Lord prophesied that we would be as a sand of the sea beyond that. Just keep that in mind when you go through these scriptures. This is real life. This is a ton of people. You know how many people, like if you've got 600,000 that's just men over 20 fit for war, your whole nation is at least 1.5 million. That's the size. Think of a city that's 1.5 million, but that's the size of Philadelphia. That's all the people in Philadelphia in one spot in the wilderness, and Moses is trying to gather all of them together in number. And we had specific ways that we had leaders of each tribe. We had rank. We had ways that we were counted. We had protocol on how we accounted for ourselves by the house of our father. We had all this in the wilderness. So now, where are we at? Verse 45. So were all those that were numbered by the children of Slack. Verse 47. But the Levites, after the tribe of their fathers, were not numbered among them. For the Lord had spoken unto Moses, saying, only thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel. And so now we always had, even when we were given a command to number the men, even then we had exceptions. Don't count the Levites. So now we're going to go back to the Hebrew from verse 49. Akas mata loya la'at dapakwad wa'ath rasham wa'at dasha bathwak ban yasha'ala, verse 50. Wa'ata quad ath haloyim al mashakun haidas wa'al kal kalyawa wa'al kalashar lawa hama yashawa ath hamashakun wa'ath kal kalyawa wa'hum Yashrathawa, Wasabiyad, Amashikun, Yachnoah, verse 51. Wabanasai, Hamashikun, Yawariyadwa, Athwa, Haloyim, Wabachanath, Hamashikun, Yakuyamwa, Athwa, Haloyim, Wahazar, Akorab, Yalmath, verse 52, Wachanwa, Ben Yasha'ala, Ayash al Machanawa, Wayash al Degalwa, Atazbatham, verse 53, Wahaloyim, Yachanawa, Sabiyab, Lamashakun, Aidas, Wala'a, Yahaya, Quadzap, Al Aidath, Wan Yasha'ala, Washmarwa, Haloyim, Ath Mashmarath, Mashakun, Haidawath, verse 54, Wayaishua, Ban Yasha'ala, Kakal, Ashar, Tazwal, Yahweh, Athmasha, Khan Aishua. Chapter 2 and verse 1, Wa Yadabar Yahweh al-Mashah wa ala Haran la Amar. We're going to go back to the English from verse 49. Only thou shalt not number the tribe of Levi, neither take the sum of them among the children of Israel, but thou shalt appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of testimony, and over all the vessels thereof, and over all things that belong to it. They shall bear the tabernacle, and all the vessels thereof, and they shall minister unto it, and shall encamp round about the tabernacle. And when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up, and a stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard throughout their hosts. Which, by the way, yet another reminder that a stranger is referring to Israel in many, many contexts. Because who's the stranger that cometh nigh while the Levites are putting up the tent? So you think in the midst of this 1.5 million people, the Levites are putting up the tabernacle and another nation just wanders up to the tabernacle? Oh, what's going on here? You hear how stupid that sounds? This stranger in this verse is clearly talking about an Israelite. If you're an Ephraimite, don't come near the Levites while they're doing their priestly business, putting up the tabernacle. But verse 52, and the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. So did they. Chapter 2 and verse 1, and the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, and that's where we're going to pick it up next week. I imagine him up here. Shapar, which means horn. Young one. By Sha'ala, which means to Israel. Imagine in the room, saw Panyakadum. You stand, turn to face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Tabah, Ratazak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Mithunano, Lachom, Kalyawun, Waslachano, Kawatnu, Aslachnu, Kawathino, Ola'ah, Abayano, want to say one, Babal, Hawashinu, Mayun, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Wathapara, Laiwalumyum, Amun, the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Babu Koshah, Rathundanah, Hakach, Hakach, Larba, Kal Machala, Wakal Madawa, Hakach, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakach, La Hakim, Hamathim, Hakach, our Kawath, Hatamala, Lagarashun, Hashem Yahushua, the Wada Amun. The English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ai Yanya, Allahari, Mayan, Yabah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Baratza, Alyathan, Namawat, Regalka, Alyanawum, Shmarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawum, Wala'ah, Yashun, Shamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Azalka, Aliyah, Yamyunka, Yawmum, Hashmash, La'ah Yakaka, Wayrach, Walayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazathka, Wabawaka, Ma'aitha, Adawalum. The English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83. Alahayim, Al Damyalika, Al Kharash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Allah, Kayahana, Al Yabyaka, Yahamiwan, Omashanayaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Alaimaka, Yariyamwa, Sawa, Wayathayachazawa, Al Zabwanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakiram, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yashal, Iwa, Kaya, Nawaitzwa, Lab Yakadwa, Alika, Wariath, Yakarathwa, Ahalia, Adawam, Washamalia, Wa'aba, Wahagaria, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashak, Aim Yashabia, Hazawar, Gam Ashawar, Alawa, Aiman, Hayawa, Zarwa, Wabanyalawat, Salah, Aishalahum, Kamadian, Kasasara, Kayabian, Wanakal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadu, Bayandara, Hayawa, Daman, Laadama, Shatamwa, Nadayamua, Ka'ira, because of Abba, because of Ba, because of Zalmanai, Kal Nasat Kumwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nairashah, Lanawa, Af, Nawath, Alahayim, Alahayah, Shatamwa, Kagala, Kakwash, Lapunyaraka, Ka'ash, Tabaria Ira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Kantaradam, Kantaradam, Basiraka, Wabasopathka, Dabahalam, Mala'ah, Punyaham, Kuala Wayabakwashwa, Shumka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Idya I, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al Kal Haratiza. In the English, keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Javan, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zaed. Yea, all their princes as Sabbath, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh,
Is Yahweh.
are the Most High
Or the Most High.
over all the earth. Prayer for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Ma'aka Allah, Wa Lahaim, Matazabi Alawap Yahana, Ha Lawakim, Ha Shrunyim, Ha Kwatazayanim, Ha Chayolim, Wa Ha Wathim, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Wa Amun. The English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, the angels, Commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and assistants, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, God's prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, the Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA Space Program, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, the airways, cable access channels, the radio channels, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro, rule the earth and consume it. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you always. So be it. Psalm face the front. That concludes the Sabbath service. We're going to pick it up next week at Numbers 2 and 2. We'll give one courtesy salute, men of Israel. Imadim Shabbat. Imadim Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. That concludes the Sabbath service.